Welcome back to Third Phase of Moon. Blake Cousins, along with my brother Brent, we're going over incredible UFO videos distant to Third Phase of Moon, and we're looking at a wacky one right now. It almost reminds me of whack-a-mole. Look at this orb dancing around. It comes out of the hole. Is this some kind of life form? We see wildlife in the area, but look at this thing as it comes out from the ground, leaving some kind of mist, a smoke trail, and then this plasmic orb appears. Just watch this. All right, this video is getting weirder and weirder as we're watching this. We're kind of in awe, bouncing orb, playfully, it seems, coming out of this hole from the ground, leaving plasmic smoke, just weird trails behind it. This was captured on a security cam, and I think it's been out for some while now, but it's the first time I've seen it today. That's why we're sharing it here on Third Phase of Moon. I want to get your thoughts from around the world. We're actually broadcasting from the big island of Hawaii. Those frogs, or those chirping sounds you hear in the background, those are frogs, by the way. They were invasive species from Puerto Rico, but we're looking at something that's evasively coming out of the ground here, and the wildlife. Brent, your thoughts on this?
Yeah, this is wild. I wonder what kind of animal that was. Was that a raccoon? Let us know in the comments. But look at this thing. You could see it kind of perched in the hole, and it's leaving this kind of dark, kind of cloudy smoke. Is this thing hot? It seems so. Look at that thing just come out of the hole and scurry on the ground like it's alive. Then it does these really neat, bouncing, erratic moves. Now you see it glowing within the hole. Then it just kind of smoothly comes out. Look at this thing. This plasmic red orb just floating at this point. This is incredible footage. Is this proof of ball lightning? Here it comes. It's coming back down into the hole. This is incredible. Then it just seems to hide. Then it does this plasmic charge. And now we have kind of a different filter on it to see it. But look at this thing again as it comes out, and it does these nice little fun bouncing action. This is indeed some of the best ball lightning or some sort of plasma ball that I've ever seen in my life. This is amazing stuff.
Yeah, give us a big thumbs up for this premiere right here at Third Phase of Moon. Now, we've got another video for you coming in. Let's take a look at this. Roll it. Once again, the spherical metallic orb captured approximately at 30,000 feet by a passenger on board a commercial airliner. All right, we're gonna enhance this footage, but we wanted to show it to you raw. We're just this evidence lasts for quite some time here. Right, so I added some brightness contrast and actually put a little sharpening on this image via Adobe Premiere, and it did a pretty good job. It definitely looks spherical, metallic. The orb, whatever you want to call it, the metallic sphere, it's back. And again, it's in pretty close proximity to this commercial airliner, but this passenger did actually a pretty good job holding it steady. This thing's off at quite a distance, but the person had the eye to notice and pull out the camera. That's super smart of him.
Yeah, he crushed it with this shot. It's just given us enough information to get a good close-up look at this thing. As the plane kind of banks around it, it kind of reveals more of a body up to this craft. Could it be more of the tic-tac shape? And right in the beginning, we're looking at it dead straight. And as a plane kind of does this roundabout around this object, we see more of the fuselage of whatever this is. In my opinion, it looks metal. It looks like it could be made out of stainless steel or who knows what. But again, we're looking at something unidentified. Blake said 30,000, maybe, and I'm saying maybe about 15,000 because it seems like at a lower altitude, but it's there suspended in the sky. And this guy just, he's out there. The people are going to be disclosure. People that see this and film it and submit it to Third Phase of Moon. That's it. That's going to be the reveal, the holy grail. What are we looking at here? Here's again the clear, kind of enhanced version of it. And we're seeing this thing. This is unconventional.
Yeah, again, after I'm getting a closer look on this video after the enhancement we did over here, that it doesn't actually represent a total circular object here. It has, it almost turns into a disc-shaped object, or like you say, a tic-tac. I don't think it's a balloon though, guys. I want to get your thoughts. That's for sure. That's why we're posting it. These things are being seen everywhere in close proximity to commercial, military, you name it. Now, another video coming in from Australia. Take a look at this. Another security cam captured something. Did you see it? Okay, if these, there it is. It just lasted for a millisecond, probably 1 second of 29 frames per second. Maybe less, but whatever flew by is super fast. And I got a feeling that this isn't one of those anomalies like a bug this time. We're looking at something that has that tic-tac characteristic for sure. And what's interesting, if these things do indeed move 30,000 miles an hour, you'd be lucky enough to even capture it on a frame. But this thing was moving extraordinarily fast here.
Yeah, and it's using technology that's not going to break the sound barrier or create any kind of disturbance around it, some sort of supercavitation that could be going around this craft. This is the downsized version of it. Look, this thing's like maybe about 4 feet in distance, maybe 3 feet, and it definitely has this sheen about it, and it has the pill-shaped classic tic-tac of what people are seeing in the skies. Now it's on the ground near civilians, and this was captured again just by some security cam somewhere in Australia, and bam, we see it right there in this just one still shot. What is this thing?
Let's look for some indicators here. We see a little shadowing underneath this tic-tac shaped disc, but I don't see a shadow on the surface there. So yeah, I'm not seeing a shadow. So I'd imagine this thing's a little closer to the lens, and maybe the shadow's out of view, but I didn't. So again, I don't think this is manipulated. Whatever it is, I think it's there, but maybe it's less than, maybe 2 feet, maybe a foot in distance there. I don't think it's a bird either. Guys, I want to get your thoughts. We're rolling this once again. I don't think there's any manipulation. Again, this was captured, I think, in 2021, the Outback, Australia. And I guess this person had their security cam just keeping an eye on that home, or he's got the car out there. I'm not exactly sure what the reasoning for the shot was, but he thought it was something that he should post on social media. I don't blame him. We're looking at something that's still unexplainable. It's a UFO, that's for sure.
Yeah, this one, again, we saw it and we're like, we need to share it because this is kind of cool. We're seeing this in action as it just was captured in a moment of time within a snap second. And then, bam, it's recorded for us to share with everybody at Third Phase Moon. We're just getting started in this episode. So if you could kindly smash that thumbs up, subscribe to Third Phase Moon. We're just getting started with the UFOs. We got the next one queued up. Let's roll it.
This was captured in Spain. I'm not exactly sure what the province. It looks like Cordoba to me, but we're looking at some metallic flying disc. There's going to be some really amazing shots. Right here is what caught our attention. Again, we don't see any manipulation here. It looks really good. It could be manipulated. Everything's kind of matching up, but is this too good to be true, Brent? We're looking at this once again. I added some brightness contrast. I wanted to make this thing, whatever it is, pop, but everything has its cool dynamic as the cameraman's trying to keep up with it. Seems legit to me. Everything's kind of locked in. He's trying to search for it. Brent, it seems organic to me. It seems that he's trying to film something.
Yeah, if somebody, if this is a hoax, let's just say somebody's doing a really good job on kind of showcasing characteristics of natural movement of the cameraman, but it's still a little suspect to me. There's some things that I like, and then some things that stand out. This part right there gives me the point where could this be too good to be true, but I like the aspect, especially when it kind of does that little tilt there, and then as we roll the film once again, we're gonna see this thing just kind of like move, and it has this smooth transition as it does this. If this is real, we're looking at the classic flying saucer, what Bob Lazar would state the sports model.
Yeah, we're just analyzing this in real time with everybody from around the world. Me and Brent are wanting to scrutinize this, and we're again wrapping our brain around it, if this is legitimate. And I'm going to actually bring up some of the clips that really stand out. Let me just grab these parts. I think this is the most compelling part as we're watching this obviously disc-shaped object and how it just undulates just ever so slightly there. It kind of gives a view of the top rim of the portion of the ring around it. It almost looks like yeah, that's looking pretty good to me, Brent. And again, captured in Spain. I'm not exactly sure the province once again, but people do talk about UFOs up there as well. And if you're listening from Spain, let us know where you're tuning in from. Brent?
Yeah, let's look at this again. This is could be the smoking gun, or it could be a great hoax, just somebody done by somebody that kind of knows what they're doing. It could be too good to be true. That part, that little blur, could have been, it's easy to do in a Premiere, and it could be done in seconds, where you create the blur effect and then go into its natural state with this thing superimposed on there. But I wouldn't throw money on this one. But if it was true, then hey, we lost a lot of money.
We'll see what's if we're gonna put this under some more software. We're gonna maybe ask AI Gort 3 and see what it has to say, because we're just humans. We're trying our best to analyze a video, and I thought this one had some characteristics of legitimacy, so that's why we're showing it. We've got another video that's up on the roster. It's about to roll, and it's another metallic sphere. Right, let's roll that once again. And again, with our software here, I put some, we just want to get a better look at this thing. So I blew it up probably about 200%, added some brightness, contrast, and once again sharpened it. No AI enhancement, just in-house Adobe Premiere tools. And I think I got a pretty good look at this thing. It definitely has that, once again, metallic sphere characteristic, and it seems that it has a purpose. If this were some kind of balloon, it would undulate as it's moving around. This thing seems it has purpose and some weight to it.
Yeah, it looks like it's doing some sort of controlled descent over the village there. And this is at some distance. We see it. I'll estimate this thing being the size of maybe 4 feet, 3 feet. But it's definitely cylindrical. It's not like your normal typical balloon. This is like a sphere, metallic, moving in the skies. I really like this.
We want to get your thoughts with regards to some of the UFO videos we've been sharing, and we want to get your thoughts with regards to the newest documentary that just dropped, and it's on Amazon, Apple TV. The link is below. And one of the feature players in this documentary is Linda Moulton Howe. She's been in the business for decades, and Paula Asteria reached out to Linda and asked her if she wanted to participate in a documentary with some of the top women in ufology. And we're going to share with you an exclusive, a 4-minute cut from Nexus to Disclosure. The Truth is Classified, and we're going to roll it here in just a few moments. But what's interesting is these women, again, they had so much information, and some of the things they had to go through to get to the point they are in life, it's incredible, and the achievements is beyond. So here's a sneak peek.
Probably one of the hardest questions, not only to answer in a verbal way, but even to come to terms with mentally and at the soul level. If the governments of this earth have not opened up the truth about other life in this universe, in this galaxy, maybe even in this solar system, what happens if a craft lands and takes over its own introduction to Homo sapien, 8 billion people on Earth? What happens to governments and organizing groups who have never told the truth, and then the truth is on every television, every satellite? I think that's part of the reason why the governments have been so reluctant and hesitant to tell the truth, because they have sat on the truth for decades. And then, in this context of all of this hidden truth, classified reality, you contemplate, I have contemplated, if I were a tall white, a Nordic, a gray, a reptilian, a blue, a praying mantis, the list goes on and on and on that have been sketched by humans meeting them, some ET. How would I want to introduce myself when the so-called leaders of Earth don't tell their populations anything? And it's very clear that the non-humans know everything that's going on in the brains of humans. They are telepathic, they can pick up anything. And it has really occurred to me several times, if I were in the position of any of these beings that have manipulated DNA and already evolving primates to create Homo sapien, whatever is the goal of their experimentation, what a strange revelation. How do you introduce yourself to a planet in which the leaders have lots of information, but the leaders that are human are not telling the truth to any of the rest of the billions of humans? What does that say about the leaders versus the followers? What does that say to the extraterrestrial civilizations, plural, that come and go here for whatever their reasons are. So it may be that the extraterrestrial biological entities and all of their assorted artificial intelligence have been watching all of this, maybe absolutely dumbfounded themselves about what is this planet of 8 billion creatures that have souls, that recycle at the moment of death, that go into other dimensions and have other lives. But the so-called leaders are not leveling with all of these humans that extraterrestrials are here. They have been based beneath the basins of the oceans and seas of planet Earth for thousands, millions of years. They are based inside of mountains like the Himalayas and the Andes. The extraterrestrials probably know way more about planet Earth than any of our most sophisticated geophysicists know. What does it say about Homo sapien and those that grab hold of power and grab hold of the money that sustains Earth, and they still won't tell the 8 billion others the truth?
Nexus to disclosure, the truth is classified. We do want the truth and what these women have been doing over probably 150, 200 years of experience in this field combined, all the knowledge coming in. So if you've enjoyed tonight's episode, give us a big thumbs up on the way out, and don't forget, subscribe to Third Phase Moon, the top UFO channel from the beginning. Everybody, be safe, and if you've captured anything amazing out there, don't hesitate. Upload that link to social media, copy paste it, and send it to my email. It's in the description below. Blake Cousins, along with my brother Brant. We'll see ya next time.